My name is Iman, I am a hot and sexy girl, I am 37 years old, and until 2 weeks ago, I believed I had a decent marriage. Not a fairy tale, the kind people post about with filtered smiles. It was stable. Predictable. Earned. Looking back, that was my first mistake, mistaking familiarity for safety. My husband, Marcus, and I had been together for 9 years. We met at a coffee station at a work conference, a conversation that turned into a life. We followed the expected trajectory: marriage, a house, 2 cars, conversations about children that always drifted into a vague someday. Our careers were demanding. We told ourselves we were building something, even as we lived parallel lives under the same roof. The drift was subtle at first. Late nights, low voices behind closed doors, summaries instead of stories when I asked about his day. I told myself he was stressed. I adjusted. I cooked more. Gave space. Tried to be the supportive wife. But the distance grew. Then, the echoes of her began. My ex used to love this place. My ex was good at things like that. A ghost had slipped into our home. 2 months ago, his schedule changed. More work things. More nights out. The morning I saw the text, a single buzz on his phone left on the counter, my world tilted. Last night was amazing. Can't wait to see you again. The contact was just initials. When he came downstairs, he glanced at his phone and smiled. That smile was a confession. I asked who it was. Just a coworker, he said. He was lying. I did not confront him then. I watched. I waited. I saw the new password on his phone, the extra care in his appearance, her name, a haunting refrain. 3 weeks ago, I finally asked if we were drifting. He called me paranoid. He said I was imagining things. Then, last Wednesday, he sat me down. He had been drinking. We need to talk. And then, the sentence that shattered the illusion. I left a better woman for you. Maybe that was my mistake. The air left the room. I looked at the man I had built a life with and saw a stranger measuring me against a memory. Then go fix your mistake, I said softly. And I walked out. I drove for 40 minutes in silence, hands tight on the wheel, his words carving a hollow space in my chest. A better woman. I did not cry. I felt a cold, clarifying rage. I ended up at my sister's. She asked no questions, just opened the door and held me. I turned off my phone. I needed the silence. When I turned it back on, it was flooded, missed calls, pleading texts, escalating to panic. Come home. We need to talk. I didn't mean it. The next day, I met him at a cafe. He looked exhausted. I didn't mean it. I was emotional. You chose those words, I said, my voice like steel. He finally admitted it. I reconnected with my ex. She moved back to town. Have you been seeing her? Coffee. Lunch. Talking. And the text? Last night was amazing? His face shifted. You saw my phone? I saw enough. It's not an affair, he said, defensive. We haven't slept together. But you want to. His silence was my answer. So what was the plan? I asked, my tone icy, controlled. Keep me here while you decided if the ghost was better? You haven't been present either, he snapped. I was here, I said, leaning forward, my eyes locking onto his. I was right here. You were the one who left months ago. You just forgot to tell me. He looked away. She understands me. There it was. The comparison. The ultimate betrayal. He was not confused. He was cowardly. He wanted the comfort of a wife and the thrill of a past flame. I stood up. You didn't go back to her because you were lost. You went back because it was easy. She doesn't know the man you are now, the one who hides and lies and blames. She only knows a memory. I know the reality. And I am done competing with it. He reached for my hand. Don't do this. We can fix this. I pulled my hand back as if his touch were acid. No. You wanted to see if there was something better. Now you get to live with your choice. That night, in my sister's guest room, I stared at the ceiling. The heartbreak was gone, burned away by a new, fierce clarity. I had not been abandoned. I had been replaced. And the moment I saw it, my power returned. The next morning, I awoke focused. I called a lawyer. By noon, I had a plan. By evening, I was back at the house, and not alone. I had a locksmith, a mover, and my sister as a witness. Marcus opened the door, his face shifting from hope to confusion to fear. What's going on? I'm moving out. This is my 30-day notice. We'll settle the rest through lawyers. You're throwing away 9 years over one argument? I'm reclaiming my life because you told me our marriage was a mistake, I said, my voice low and powerful. You are emotionally entangled with another woman. You do not get to keep me as your consolation prize. I walked past him, my heels clicking with finality on the floor I used to clean. He followed, pleading, bargaining. I love you. I turned at the top of the stairs, looking down at him. The distance felt symbolic. You love the security I provided. You love the idea of a wife waiting patiently while you wander. That is not love. That is convenience. The movers packed my things with efficient grace. I took only what was mine. When the truck was loaded, I handed him a folder. What is this? A lease. A month-to-month across town. I signed it today. He stared, stunned. You've really thought this through. I have had time, I said, a subtle, sharp smile touching my lips. While you were reliving your past, I was planning my future. Then the locksmith changed the locks. Marcus's disbelief turned to anger. You can't do this. This is vindictive. It's practical, I corrected, my gaze unwavering. You have your ghost. Go haunt her. I walked to my car without looking back. The rearview mirror showed him standing in the driveway, small and diminished, already part of my past. The first night in my new apartment was silent, but it was my silence. I slept deeply, dreamlessly. The messages that followed, please, rage, manipulation, were met with the steady silence of my lawyer's forwarded email. I let him control the narrative among mutual friends. Let him play the victim. When asked, I would say only, he told me I was his second choice. I removed myself from the competition. The truth, spoken calmly, is a weapon that needs no embellishment. The separation moved quickly. He contested, asked for counseling, begged for another chance. My answer was a single, unwavering word, no. I filed for divorce. Irreconcilable differences. A clean, surgical split. Mediation was quiet. He bought me out of the house. I took my half, my freedom, and my newfound strength. I heard later, through the quiet whispers of our old social circle, that things with his ex did not work out. She was not looking for commitment. He had been a nostalgic distraction, not a priority. The irony was not lost on me, but it brought no joy, only validation. The divorce finalized 6 months after I walked out. By then, I had a new life. Morning walks, therapy, a home that reflected only me. Therapy helped me see, I had not just lost a husband. I had shed the version of myself that made herself small to fit a man's uncertainty. Months after the divorce, he messaged, "Can we talk? I need closure." I read it once. Then I deleted it. Closure is not a gift given by the person who broke you. It is a fortress you build yourself, stone by stone, from the rubble they left behind. Someone asked me recently if I regret moving so swiftly, so decisively. I do not. Marcus did not want to fix our marriage. He wanted to keep it in his back pocket while he searched for an upgrade. The moment I took that option away, his panic was not for love, it was for his own comfort. I am Iman Shafiq. I am a hot and sexy girl. I spent 9 years with a man who held a ghost in higher regard than his wife. I am 37. I am not a backup plan. I am not a consolation prize. I am a quest, not for revenge, but for a future where I am the only standard that matters. And this? This silence I have claimed? This life I am building alone? It is not empty. It is power. It is freedom. And it is mine.